Sheeds, thanks very much for joining us on the podcast, back-to-back weeks.
Thanks for having me, Josh.
That's good. Close win in the end. How'd you see the game?
Yeah, they were good. We've talked about it a lot, we value contest and defence very highly, and they brought a very contested game through numbers around the footy, challenges in different ways. We felt once we got our game going and got the ball inside of our front half and could lock it in there a little bit more. We were better in the second half, but challenging day against a side that really brought a lot of combative energy and we're up for the fight.
Yeah, I know you prepare well for every opposition, but you wouldn't have seen too much of a bigger turnaround between games in season where we beat them by 100 points early in the year, and then they stack up and play a really different brand of footy without a few of their best players. They were really good.
Your attitude's a big thing in footy, and they obviously brought a good attitude, and we trained well and had a good attitude as well, and sometimes teams can jump you, and the season ebbs and flows. Such a long season, I think you'd see results like that quite common, where it would be a big differential. But all credit to them, and really proud of the boys how we stayed in the contest and fought through it and got the win in the end.
Lost so many close ones this year by around that 20 points or less margin. You must be really, really pleased to win a close one on this occasion.
Yeah, the difference between winning and losing them close ones is a different atmosphere in the rooms. And I said to the boys after the game, this is what winning a close one feels like. We haven't been able to do that too often this year. So, once again, it's just good reward for the players. Yeah,
it was a game that didn't get anywhere. I think it was 13 points. It was the largest margin either side. You must have been pleased that the boys were able to sort of lock in for the entire game and tough out a really tough win.
Yeah, like I said before, I think that's the important thing. Sometimes, as footy clubs can do, you expected to get a result, and when things don't go your way, it's easy to just say it's not your day, and the ability for the players to fight through it and to change momentum and to keep hitting the scoreboard and was really positive all day.
Yeah, I thought the battle in the ruck was fantastic, and all the big men really. Sermo was good, and they had two really, really strong rucks, and Scully was a bit of a problem in the forward line. I thought it was just a really good battle across the deck.
Yeah, they were big, weren't they?
They were massive.
May's 208 and Scully's 200 plus, so got challenged in the air in a few occasions, and Sermo did a really good job as well. Sermo ended up with 10 clearances and got the ball going our way on a number of times. And we thought Tommy Donnelly did an amazing job on Scully as well. Scully kicked 3 goals, and Tommy's probably 10 centimetres shorter than him, but the amount of contest Tom was in and the amount of contest he halved or won was really good throughout the day.
Yeah, another guy that we mention nearly every week, Matthew Leng's game, I thought was excellent. He looked like he was playing a different game to everyone else. The amount of times he went bouncing along the outer wing there, and he just is able to shift it, isn't he?
Yeah, he was the one that got us going offensively, and in the second half, his willingness to drive his legs and to take grass in front of him and to challenge opposition in different ways with the way he runs and kicks the footy was really strong in the second half in particular.
Yeah, and quarters 3 and 4 to be able to sort of turn it around and get on top. I mean, they stayed with you all day, but you must have been really pleased with the second half.
Yeah. We talked about it was a real arm wrestle all day, and felt there were times when they got on top of us, and then especially second half, I felt the game was going to potentially open up with some of our ball movement and our willingness to get the ball off the line. But it was just an arm wrestle. We'd kick one, they would kick one. But like I said before, just credit to our boys in the second half in particular. To play a more of a front half game and to close out really strongly and get a lot of our behaviours really going in that second half was good.
Yeah, and it must be nice to someone like Bain and Lowe to be able to swing forward when required.
Yes, a nice luxury that coaches can have, and he's a very good player wherever you play him. Obviously, he's really good around the contest, good in clearance. He tackles well around the source. He's he creates really strongly with his hands. But yeah, obviously he can finish goal, and he's really tricky to play one-on-one with his lateral movement and the way he can play in the air and on the ground. So yeah, the mark in the end, you don't teach that. That's a bit of individual brilliance and what we needed at the time, which was good.
Yeah, and you must be pleased with over the last few weeks. You brought players into the side from the reserves. Max Hodges came in and played a role, and another one on the weekend who's been in and out is Jaden Gale. Ended up being really strong, kicking 3 goals. That massive one from outside 50. Must be nice knowing that there's consistency across the board, and you can just put players in positions and they'll perform.
Yeah, Gailey was good. I'm going to Max. Max done a lot of work over the summer and really changed his body. And Max come off some, a knee injury, and now he's back up and running, and he's moving really well, and he looks really strong in his body, and he's had a really good year. And Gailey the same. Gailey did a really good pre-season and plays a really tough role for us, which is a lot of running, and he's a good high-speed runner. And he won the Fortis Award during the week, which is probably the award that you want to win if you're a player. It's voted on by your peers and around all the little things in our game. And for him to stand up and kick big goals when things probably weren't going our way was a really good step for him with his growth as a person and a player and his leadership that he's shown.
Yeah, and it was seemed to be Billy Cootie that the opposition went after this time around. Normally it's Rokes has got a pretty severe tag, but I think it was Squires was going after Bill quite a lot in the first quarter. You must be pleased that Bill was able to, push through that, get 20-odd disposal, kick a couple goals as well. Yeah,
we've had, I think, players gone to Lowy, Rokes and now Bill. Bill's had a great 6 weeks, and he's different midfielder, Bill, with the way he moves and can get forward and can go forward as well, much like Lowy. We're lucky to have a couple of them in our team, and Bill's once again Bill to be able to hit scoreboard and get forward, contest opposition, and that's what he did well on the weekend.
Yeah, and 2 debutants on the weekend as well. Balin O'Brien, under 18, unfortunately was sick the week before when he would have debuted, and also Jack O'Hearn.
Yeah, his mum and dad come over and made sure they cooked him dinner last week. So, from a little town called Warrnambool, and there's 112 people or something there. And I've heard about Balin a lot when I first got to the footy club, about the type of kid he was and character he is. And he's a great kid first and foremost, but his ability to be able to play a really strong role and make sure he gets it done. Defensive end is what he's renowned for, and we've seen that on the weekend. He come in and had a good job, or a pretty tough job on one of their better forwards. So for a first gamer, he did a good role. And Jack O'Hearn's a Tassie boy who's done a lot of. He's been here all pre-season. He's a forward that is really strong in the contest and has done a lot of work again over the pre-season on his body and really changed his body shape. And he lives in the gym, Jack. Every time you go in the gym, he's there. And it's bright for the future for sure. Yeah,
and Jacko's helped him out a fair bit, obviously being another Tassie boy.
Yeah, well, Jacko presented his Guernsey on the weekend. Jacko's been a really good mentor for him and talking to him about his forward craft and his positioning and, I guess what it takes to be a really good league footballer. And it's great to have a lot of great role models in players around the place.
Yeah, North Adelaide this week, followed by Port. It's just 2 must-win games, starting with North, who haven't played since round 1.
Yeah, it's a different draw, isn't it? You're playing round 1 and then round 18. So, obviously both sides a little bit different from round 1, and a long season's gone before us. But we've seen on the weekend they're a very dangerous footy club. I think Glenelg kicked the goal late to beat them. Bell from the boundary line, and Glenelg were up all day. So, like every game in the SANFL, you got to come with the right attitude and mindset, and we'll train hard during the week, and the boys will be prime, ready to go.
Thanks, Shades.
Thanks, Joshy.